You know, unfortunately you can't finish the game without doing this, which kind of sucks because I don't like doing it. Because there's 100 people now, 100 humans who said, yes, we will fight for Earth, for humanity, and for all the free species in the galaxy, and now they're slaves. But it's impossible to do. There's the rosy sphere. Woo! Oh no! MetalCanyon, you idiot. I just used the rosy sphere. Actually, yeah. I wanted to have the scientific analysis of it. Okay. It would be pretty fun, but oh well. We're not gonna get the analysis now. But we needed to use it anyway. But the ur-quan is still broken. Okay, so now we need to go, well, maybe to the Syreen. Let's see, wait, they're here, right? No, Aldebaran. Delta, no. What is it called? I always forget. It's a single star. Is it over here? Oh no, wait. I think it's near the ores. Metis? It's this one, right? This one here. No? What the hell is it? Or is it in ur-quan space? Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse. Is this one? I think it might be Betelgeuse, actually. Oops. Going all over the place now. I think it's Betelgeuse. Oh well, so we need to go to the Syreen, which will take us quite a lot of fuel. But I can't remember which quasi-space portal brings us close to the ores and the Vox. Yeah, let's do that. Which portal do I need to take to get there? I need quasi-space portal coordinates, please. Near Olber. That really doesn't tell me much. Unknown. Near Gruis. Huh. I need to go near the ores. Space, no. 516466, thank you. It's basically this one. Near Sculptoris, wow. Oh, I'm quite tired now. Where are we? Yeah, okay, not too bad, I guess. We've saved 10 units of fuel, but that's okay. Oh, Private Creeper, I did tell you. We are talking via a communicator right now. Don't go too near those furnaces, Private Creeper. They will push you into it for some extra energy. Right, we need to go talk to the Syreen. And I'm not sure if they'll already tell us about... No, I think we need to learn about the Micon reproduction first. But I can't remember where we do that. Maybe from the Melnorme. Right, there's their planet. Which, by the way, this is not their homeworld. They actually, the ur-quan, when they enslaved them, actually searched the whole galaxy for a suitable planet to them and gave it to them. So the ur-quan are actually not that bad. Hello, Brotato117. Welcome to the stream. And here's the Syreen.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. Be warned. This slave world and its inhabitants belong to the ur-quan. I am Starbase Commander Talana of the slave planet Gaia. Your ship is not responding to standard hierarchy identification sequences. You are therefore classed as independent. And what? Is my monitor display correct? Is that a human commanding that vessel? Who are you?
We're the ethics police. Justify that costume immediately. I'm the right one for you, babe. I'm Captain MetalCanyon of the flagship Firestar.
Hello, Captain. But you haven't answered my question fully. Why are you here? Where are you from? Has the slave shield been lifted from Earth? Are the ur-quan finally defeated? Simply put, Captain, what do you want from us?
We have come here to free you from slavery to the ur-quan.
Look, friend, I appreciate your offer, but we don't want your help. Why? I'll tell you why. Because we're not going to do anything to antagonize the ur-quan. That's why.
Cowards.
We may not like slavery, but it's a damn sight better than our alternatives. Below us, we have a beautiful world. Maybe it's not Syra, but at least it's a home. That's a lot more than we ever had before the war, before the ur-quan became our masters.
So, Commander Talana, what are you doing here?
When the ur-quan conquered us over 20 years ago, I was only a young girl living in Habitat 31. My older sister Diani was a starship officer in the Space Patrol. She was part of the final defense at Raynet. She didn't make it back. When the ur-quan caught us in open space, we all thought we were going to die. But then, instead of killing us, the ur-quan offered us a choice. We could join the ranks of their combat thralls, or we could be slave-shielded in our homeworld. Like the people of Earth, we chose peace. We became fallow slaves. When the ur-quan told us to return to our homeworld, we explained that we had none. Ur-quan Master 9 explained that they had encountered this situation before, and if we would provide them with a list of our requirements, they would use their extensive astronomical data stores to find a planet for us. So we told them about Syra, about the color of its sky, about the abundant life forms, about the fertility of the soil and seas. Less than an hour later, we received a terse message from Master 9. We were to proceed to these coordinates and disembark. This was to be our new home. But our new world, Gaia, was everything we described. We'd been searching for a home planet for 75 years, and in the end, it was our enemies who gave one to us. I grew up on a small island off the main continent, and like all of my people, we lived each day under the sick, red glow of the slave shield. When the ur-quan arrived 7 years ago to refurbish and recrew the starbase, I was selected as the new commander.
So, what happened to you at the end of the war?
When we first met your people, we'd been wandering through the stars for almost 75 years, ever since the death of Syra, our home planet. We joined your alliance, and I use the word joined loosely, because we had no other choice. The Fox were raiding our slow habitat columns, and we had nowhere else to go. We fought for survival, Captain, nothing more. When your people on Earth were defeated, the Alliance just plain fell apart. The Yehat and Shofixti retreated to their native stars and didn't want us to follow. The Ariru, those creepy little weasels, just plain bugged out. Vanished, leaving us alone, with nowhere to go, smack in the path of the oncoming ur-quan armada. What were we supposed to do? Fight? 2/3 of our habitat fleet was unarmed. Many aren't even superluminal. We were going to be annihilated if we resisted, and we knew it. when the ur-quan surrounded us and started giving orders that all ended with, "or die," we took them at face value. We obeyed. In exchange, they gave us Gaia, the planet below. It's a beautiful world, Captain. I wish I could show it to you. So don't misunderstand me. We love our freedom as much as anybody else, but we've got a good life here, and we don't want to lose it.
Hello, Wet Lettuce. Welcome to the stream. If you love freedom and hate the ur-quan, why won't you help us?
Like I said before, Captain, we would like to help, but we are unwilling to risk losing Gaia. Unless you can find a much more compelling reason for us to get involved, you're on your own.
Could you tell me a bit about your people and your culture?
Our species are almost identical, almost too close a match to be just a coincidence. Our bodies are very similar, Captain. Except for certain parts. Our cultural development is also mostly parallel. Like you Earthlings, we evolved a society from primitive tribes whose main function were to protect themselves from the large reptiles native to our old world. The main difference between our two sets of cultures, the split in the paths of our development, occurred in what would have been your prehistory, say 5000 BCE. In your world, the agricultural communities were conquered by the more primitive, but also more aggressive migratory herding peoples. This led to a particular kind of sexual and political dominance structure which pervaded almost all of your Earth cultures until the early 21st century. On Syra, our only primitive migratory tribes were confined to our mountainous regions. Their herd beasts, the Waimar, did not do well in the agricultural basins and plains. The two cultures were isolated until much later, when the technological superiority of the farmers curtailed any major conflict.
What was Syra like?
It was our paradise, Captain, our Eden. Earth is the only world we know of whose variety and richness of life even comes close to Syra. Again, like so many other things about our two species, our worlds were very much the same. At least before you began encasing yours in concrete and plastic. Syra's gravity was a bit lighter than Earth's, and its day was 50% longer. Our diurnal cycle is therefore different from yours. We spend 20 hours awake, followed by 10 hours horizontal.
What happened to Syra?
This subject is very difficult for us, Captain. But I will try to recount those sad days. Like your solar system, ours had a large population of comets and asteroids. Large meteor impacts, though rare, were not unheard of on our planet. So it was not a total shock when an asteroid penetrated our atmosphere and hit the surface. What was odd was that unlike most other meteors, this one was not pulverized on impact. It penetrated the crust, and indeed went all the way through to the mantle, causing a supervolcano. The earthquakes caused by the impact were severe. The magma pumped out of the caldera wreaked significant damage on the nearby terrain, but within a few weeks it had cooled, forming a solid rock bandage over the wound. Within a few months, we had cleaned up the mess. The caldera was calming down nicely, and things were pretty much back to normal. Then, just over a year after the impact, all hell broke loose on the surface of Syra. Huge calderas were opening all over, not just around the meteor impact, but everywhere. The scope of the disaster is impossible to imagine. Entire cities sliding into oceans of molten lava, kilometer-wide sections of land pulverized by a cataclysmic explosion, and clouds of poison gas and superheated steam created a death shroud around Syra.
So there we go, there's a very important piece of information about, actually. So there we go. Talana, have you ever heard of the Deep Children?
Yes, I think so. Aren't they part of the Micon religion somehow? We have recordings of Micon hyperwave transmissions from the war. Pretty weird stuff. The Micons just kind of rambled, never making much sense. They talked a lot about deep children and spears of light, but we couldn't ever understand what they were talking about.
What if I told you that Micon deep children shatter planet crusts like your Syren?
What? What did you say? Human, you had better not be joking. Syra is not a subject for Earth humor. Now, what do you mean, shattered planet crusts? How? That is what happened to Syra, yes, but we presumed it was a natural cataclysm, a meteor. Do you have proof that it was something else? These deep children?
I don't have proof yet, but I'm certain the Micons destroyed your world.
Captain, if what you say is true, it would turn my world upside down. You have no sorrow to match what each of us Syreen feels every day of our lives when we remember what we have lost. Syra, our Eden. The very idea that the Micons or any alien race may have been responsible for Syra's destruction fills me with burning rage. If it were true, none of us here would rest until we had avenged ourselves on the perpetrators. We would find some way to leave this starbase, locate our starships, and hunt down the evil monsters. Captain, if you ever gather proof of what you say, you must inform us immediately. But until then, do not mention the subject again. It is too painful.
Okay. Come on now, isn't that outfit, knife included, a bit absurd?
Maybe some other time, Captain. I can show you the hidden functionality of my uniform. Knife included.
Okay. What happened to the males of your species?
When Syra was destroyed, the only people who survived were in orbit, and most of them were members of our newly established, mostly female space patrol. From their ships, their orbital platforms, and their lunar outposts, they watched Syra die. Within 3 days after the cataclysm began, the surface temperature of Syra had risen by almost 75 degrees to above the boiling point of water. It became clear that Syra, our paradise, our Eden, was gone. The survivors spent years in orbit. They made a few missions to the surface and actually found a handful of survivors. But their main activity was to make preparations for departure. The Space Patrol fitted makeshift drive units to anything that could hold air. Orbital factories, research pods, even hotels. When the fleet was ready, they left orbit and never looked back. The final population of our species was less than 10,000, with only 500 males, but they were the best and the brightest. For the next 75 years, our people wandered at sublight speed through the stars, looking for a new home.
Me fatto. Wow, nice. How much? I'm sorry. Borat. Don't you ever get lonely?
Don't worry about us, Captain. We make out all right.
Goodbye, Commander Tilana. I will be back.
Until then, Earthling.
Alright, so we need to find some kind of proof, and I think we do that on one of the worlds in the Micon area, but I can't remember which one. So let's see what we need to do now. We've been to the ores. We've got the Taelo shield. We've been to the Vox. We need to go to the Shafixti. So I will need the coordinates for the Shafixti area, please. That would be most welcome. Woo! And actually, yeah, let's go back to Sol first, and then we'll go to the Shafixti because Sol is actually fairly close, I guess. Yeah, that's actually fairly close to the Shafixty. So that's okay. Oops, come on. And let's get some scientific analysis, also on the ur-quan, which is still not working. Right. Hello, Commander.
Hello, Captain. Before we go on, I have something important to tell you.
Okay.
Captain, I have an unpleasant topic to discuss with you, but this needs to be resolved right away. There's some kind of wild rumor blowing around the starbase that you have sold your own crew to the Druge as slaves. Pretty crazy, huh? Look, Captain, I know you would never do anything like that, and I'm sorry I even had to mention this. But now I can assure everyone that this is just one of those damn fool lies that get spread during wartime.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience, Captain.
Not a problem. It's, of course, baseless lies, and those people spreading them should be shot on the spot. Actually, throw them out the airlock, thank you. Commander, I have minerals to offload.
More fuel for the fire, eh?
Yes. Can your scientists analyze what I have acquired since my last visit? Now, because I've so foolishly already used the rosy sphere, they're only gonna tell us about the ur-quan.
The analysis reads as follows.
Oh, two things?
Subject, ur-quan device. Data, the ur-quan is partially functional and we can detect energy emission from the device. We suspect that the unit requires additional minor repairs before achieving full functionality, and at this time we cannot make an assessment of its capabilities. Summary, a single additional replacement part should bring the ur-quan to life.
Excellent.
The next entry in the analysis is subject, Shofixty maidens. Data, subjects appear to be 16 Shofixty females, all in young adulthood. Subjects appear to be in good condition, with little or no freezer burn or other degeneration. Hibernation maintenance units are functioning normally, and resuscitation equipment is easily activated. Summary, we can wake them, but why? What should we tell them? That they're an extinct species? Until such a time as we feel we can induce artificial parthenogenesis or otherwise give the Shofixties sexual viability, our recommendation is to keep them as they are, asleep. The next entry in the analysis is subject to Ta'alo device. Data, whoever the Ta'alo were, they were clever, way past us, probably even beyond the Shenjesu. As far as I can tell, with all our equipment, this thing is a rock. Just a rock. Nothing but a rock. However, if you feed a current into it, anywhere along its surface, everyone on board this starbase who has Esper potential gets a bad headache. Well, we checked a bit more into that, and when the Ta'alo thing is active, all evidence of Psychon interaction is flatlined. Nothing gets through. Summary, if you keep this Ta'alo rock device thing on board your vessel, I'll bet you're immune to any form of psychic attack, or at least mostly immune. That's the end of our scientist's report.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Blow up an ur-quan for me, Captain.
Oh, I will. Not a problem. Alright, outfit Starship. We need more fuel for the fire. More fuel. More. 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 More fuel. More. More. Right, that'll be enough. Bloody hell, how much fuel? Shipyard. We need more crew. Because, well, unfortunately, lots of them have died. More crew, yes, go on. More. More. Come on, new recruits, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. There we go. Excellent. Right. And now, we shall be off. We shall save the game here. Bye, Stunning Jam, thanks for watching. And we shall save the game here, and since it's already pretty much midnight, we will be finishing the live stream here. Thank you everyone very, very, very much for watching, for joining, for chatting, and everything else. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you, have a good one. Don't forget to check out my LPs on my channel, and I will see you here next time on the stream. Have a good one, and good night. Bye-bye.